Hello, and welcome to another video tutorial from EpoxyJewelry.com. Today, this is not such a quick tutorial. It's a little bit longer one, more in depth than my normal ones. What I'm going to do is show you how you can reuse some older pieces. Now, I just made these for the video, but let's say that you've got a bunch of scrap pieces and you want to make something new out of them. I'm going to show you how to do that. Now, don't use pieces that have embedments in them. That means no rocks, no beads, no photos. They can just have color in them. They can have powdered pigments in them. They can have even metal flake and stuff like that in them, but nothing solid and nothing like photos in them. Okay, so this is a way to reuse them. What we're going to do is we're going to take a bottle. Now this is a white natural colored bottle, so this will release epoxy normally. So this was one of our epoxy bottles I just cut off the top. What I'm going to do is literally just throw these pieces in here like this. Let's see how many of these I can fit in there. And I don't think I want to go above that, so that'll be fine. Let's take I'll put that one in. So you just want to put them in there, and then I've already got some epoxy mixed up here, and I'm just going to pour it in there, clear. Okay, so now I've shown this on other videos, but I'll show it here again just so you can have an idea. When you're pouring from a container like this, to keep it pouring where you want to, you can use a stick or a needle tool or anything like that, and the epoxy will follow it. That way you don't spill it everywhere. Of course, I normally spill it everywhere anyway, but I just took a guess as to how much epoxy it would take to fill this. I was pretty close. I didn't get it exact, but close enough. So now, I'm gonna squeeze this a little bit, make sure that there's no big major air pockets. You can see there's air in there. You will get some air pockets in this, so it's not a big deal. It's better if you don't. So I like to move it around a bit. It's kind of nice. You can actually see them in this bottle. So when you get it all in there, what we're going to do is we're going to let this harden, and then the idea being that we can come back and we're going to slice this. So you will need some kind of a saw. I happen to use one that's for carpentry. I have a very fine tooth blade, but you could use a hacksaw, a Dremel saw, what's called a jeweler's saw, things like that. And we're going to cut that when we get done there. So let's see if I can zoom this in here. I don't know if my camera will zoom in when it's doing video or not. Yeah, okay. So you can see now that this is full of those pieces and clear. And the idea is this is going to be a lot like my coin video. We're going to slice it into little thin pieces, little wafers, that will then have a myriad of colors in it, and then we're going to put a coat of epoxy over that to make them glossy, or you could sand them down and polish them. And you can see if there's any bubbles in there, at least on the outer edge. I don't see any more. I think I got rid of all of them, at least the major ones. You see, like, that's a bubble right there, so you can see what it looks like. I will like that, get rid of it. Now I'm just going to let this sit until it cures, and then I'll come back and show you the rest of the video. Thanks for watching. Okay, welcome back. I'm going to do the second part of this video here just handheld, because I didn't want to dig out my tripod or anything, because it's real quick. So what I did was I cut that into a couple of slices. I didn't cut them very even, but you get the idea now. You see it's all scratched up on there from the saw blade. So what I did is I've got some epoxy mixed up here, and I'm just going to paint that with the epoxy, and it will make the let me get that closer over there so I don't spill any, since I'm doing this one-handed. And it will make the saw marks completely disappear. See, it's turning clear already. And so you do this, you know, once for each side, and I think it'll look pretty neat when we're done here. Okay, I'm going to put the camera down for a minute, and I'm going to go ahead and do it, and I'll be right back and show you the results. Okay, I'm back again, and I now have these coated on one side, and you can see what it looks like with all the different colors in there. And you can see the scratches from the saw are completely gone. You can't see them at all. There might be a few bubbles in there. I haven't been checking them real close. But, and then when these would cure over 24 hours, I'd flip them over and do the same thing again. But, so, you know, we went from a surface that looked like that to perfectly clear with just adding more epoxy on top. And so no two of these will ever be the same exactly, and this is a good way to use up your scrap pieces or pieces that you just don't want anymore. And so I just had this idea, and I thought it would be a good thing to share. Thanks for watching again, and this is EpoxyJewelry.com, your source for epoxy and jewelry supplies.